can grab them if you want.
Bric is back. Bric he's back. This week we have for you a tasty chew. We're focusing on the music for me and you. Bric is back.
We're back, yeah.
Bric is back. We got your favourite love letters. Special guest for Share Your Smile, Daniel Clark, a musician.
Oh, sugar, sorry, that's
We're
not
going to
copied.
take you through a workshop in a step-by-step guide of how to write your own basic song. But we want you to help us write our own one here today as well. Stay tuned, think of a topic, and we'll make one together. Bric.
Yo,
He is back.
we're back.
Bric.
I'm in Ibiza. In my day. My name's
The
Misha.
sun may have
We're
gone
all
away
on holiday
slightly,
this
but we're
week.
still here in a Hawaiian shirts, ready to transport you away to a different place this week.
Holiday special.
Great. Really glad to have you. And yeah, looking forward for this episode. And the first part of this episode is going to be Share Your Smile. We've got a wonderful desk. The guest is not a desk. We have a wonderful guest. I'm sat at a desk, but my guest is not a desk. He is a man. He's a human being, and his name is Daniel Clark. You might have known him from around. He's really big on the scene, the open mic scene. He runs an open mic. He's wonderful. I really like this guy. He's got a heart of gold. Really, really, really lovely heart. I really look forward. So without a doubt, let's get this show on the road.
See you later.
Share your smile. Share your smile. Share your smile for us today. Share it every day. Share it. Show us your beauty. Ooh, your beauty. Show us your smile. Share it. Share your smile. Share your smile. What you gonna do? Gonna turn it all right on. Gonna share your smile for everyone. What you gonna do? You gonna turn it all right on. Share your smile for everyone.
Where are we going? Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to Share Your Smile. I think this is our fifth Share Your Smile now, fifth Brac Abundance. And today we've got the wonderful Daniel Clark. So give him a wave, everybody, and give us a wave, Danny. How would you like? Do you like people calling you Danny, Dan, Daniel, Clark, Clarky?
Whatever you prefer. I don't mind.
Okay, and what's your music name you go under?
Well, either Danny Clark, Daniel Clark. I used to be in a band called Deaf to the Strange, so a lot of people might still call me Deaf to the Strange, but yeah, Danny Clark, I don't mind.
Okay, cool. I like calling you Danny. So thank you for coming on here. And I wonder if, Danny, you can guess where I am, where this is. This is especially for you because I know you like it here.
Oh, it's Ibiza.
It's Ibiza! Because, Danny, last time I saw you, you were just on your way to Ibiza. So I wondered if you'd like to tell the audience a little bit about who you are, where you are now, and yeah, just a little bit about what's going on.
Well, at the moment, I'm in sunny Salford, sunny Swinton. I should actually be in Ibiza now. Last year I did the full season, 6 months in Ibiza, playing in bars and all around the hippie markets and the odd gig all around the island. And Due to coronavirus, I'm not actually going this year, but I'm looking forward to going next year again. It was a great experience last year. The year before, I went over just trying to get some work and trying to get my music out there, and it kind of all fell into place at the last minute, which set me up for last year. So yeah, it's great. It's a good experience.
Great, yeah. So when you went this year, they already knew you. You already had places that you were going to play in and stuff, or you
That
kind
was
of.
it. I made some really good contacts the year before last, and the plan was to go back with all the the arrangements to play in certain bars. So yeah, I had everything set up. I had a place to stay, which before this the year before I was staying in hostels, and I was just kind of like winging it and going out every day with my guitar, trying to get my music out there. And sometimes it wasn't so easy, but last year was a lot easier. Yeah, I'm looking forward to next year.
Yeah, man, that must have taken you some like courage and like to actually go out there, and just without knowing anybody and just like, what do you think was it that drove you to do that?
I went to Ibiza about 10 years before, and I kind of fell in love with the place. The idea that the perception that a lot of people have got about Ibiza, like this party island, you can also get that all the party stuff, and over in San Antonio and playing Boss, it's all clubs and stuff. But a lot of the rest of the island are big on live music, and when I went like 10 years ago, I kind of fell in love with the place because of how bohemian it was, and it was kind of accepted of. It was a kind of place where it accepts all kinds of music. So I thought, I love this place. I'd like to come over and try my luck, and I did do it like years and years later when the time was right.
Yeah.
And gladly it was a success.
I'm glad it was a success. There's something about timing, isn't there? Like, kind of sometimes I think we want to do it now, but sometimes it's just not the right time. And almost like when the right time comes, we feel it, and
Exactly, yeah.
Takes some of the pressure off sometimes. If you're not feeling it now, maybe it's just not the right time. I'm telling that to myself, more than anything. So I imagine that music is a big part of your life, I was wondering if you can remember like the first like song, or that like you remember it like just lighting you up, can you remember?
Well, I get told that when I was really, really young, around about maybe 3 years old, I used to love Dolly Parton, Jolene.
Oh, right, yeah.
My nana and granddad were really into like the country and western, and apparently I used to ask for that song like over and over again with the earphones on, like singing along. And another one was Dream, Dream, Dream by the Everly Brothers.
Right.
I think them kind of songs like kind of captured me, and yeah, one of the first things that really captured me that I remember was watching the Beatles anthology, which is like a 4 or something hours like documentary about the Beatles, and I just remember being fixated on it, and my mum's going, "Come on, it's time for bed now," and I'm going, I can't even hear her. And I was just like, no, this is it. This is what I'm focused on. And I think it was around about that time when music really started to become really important, along with my granddad as well. He was the person that introduced me to all this music, and he was a musician as well. So he's kind of like rubbed off on me at an early age.
Great. Oh, it's lovely. So you also write your own music, don't you? And you do covers as well. I've seen you do some covers and write them. And I wondered if you could either what song you have in mind to share. Maybe you could let us know a little bit about how you write and your way of writing, and then share as one of your songs.
Yeah. Well, this first song I'm going to play is called Travel On. It seems quite fitting because of like the background and everything. And this is kind of what the song is about. Waiting for the right time, and then making the moves to kind of pursue what you want to do. And in this case, it was go over to Ibiza and travel away from what was going on in Manchester at that time, and kind of start a bit of a new adventure over in somewhere totally new.
Cool. Look forward to hearing you. So yeah, just play if you can. Play for us.
This
Here's
one's
Daniel Clark from his living room, kitchen, bedroom. Yeah.
so many questions can you keep from holding on? I'd like to think this life has only just begun. And when you think you've done your best, you can measure your success and you can call me. We can take a walk in Bloom on a Sunday afternoon and then you'll go back to your home. And I'll travel on. I'll travel on. The different colors of the leaves that pass me by. The purple setting in the picture perfect sky. The birds are singing, I've not heard this one before. One thing with music is you'll never feel alone, that's for sure. But if you ever need a friend, someone to talk and it's a land, you can call me. We can walk out in the park and we will cry until it's dark, but then you'll go back to your home. Said if you ever need a friend, someone to talk and it's a land, you can call me. We can take that walk in Bloom on a Sunday afternoon and then you'll go back to your home. And I'll travel on. Woo. And you'll travel on. They're slowly taking our unique imagination, advancing in the wrong kind of way. Like walking backwards is potentially a hazard, just seeing better days. They're slowly taking our
Unique imagination.
in the wrong kind of way. Like walking backwards is potentially a hazard, just seeing better days. Thank God for music, art and literature, expression of the mind and the body and the people that are funny. Animals and trees, after all, they help us breathe. Keep your eyes wide open whilst your brain's still soaking up the truth. Educate yourself, free your mind and watch your health. Enjoy your food, your fruit and veg. Keep yourself cool and use your head. Love your family, love your friends, love yourself until the end. This destination's up to you, so try to make your dreams come true. Let's slowly taking our unique imagination, dancing in the wrong kind of way. Like walking backwards is potentially a hazard, just seeing better days. They're slowly taking our unique imagination, dancing in the wrong kind of way. Like walking backwards is intentionally a hazard, just seeing better days. dancing in the wrong kind of way. Hey, hey. Shorty see better days. Hey, hey. Dancing in the wrong kind of way. Hey, hey. Shorty see better days.
Yeah. I love that song. Thank you so much. Like, it's my favorite one. I remember, because Danny also hosts an open mic night. I mean, probably not for a little while because of Corona, but he hosts this open mic night. It's such a lovely place, such a great vibe. That's how I've known him. And when he plays, everybody just like it just lights up, and everybody's like dancing and singing. Everybody knows the songs, and I remember that song because I was like, I really like that song. So. Really like that one, man. Have you got that one recorded anywhere?
I've not, no, but I've not done like a full production on it, but I've recently recorded it. It was something similar to this, actually. It was like a kind of interview, kind of like about my music. And I did a live recording of it. There's actually, there's a live recording of it on Gavin's boat, actually, the narrow boat sessions on YouTube. Travel on, yeah. So there's not a full production recording, but I think there's a few live versions.
There's now a live recording on Brac Abundance too, eh? Well, maybe not as good a quality. So that was cool, man. Yeah, we've got time if you'd like to just share one more song with us. We only got 20 minutes for this show, so it's not that long. So if you'd like to share another song, we'd love to hear it. And maybe you could tell us a little bit, because we're going to have a songwriting workshop in about 10 minutes, guys, 15 minutes, and we'd love you to get involved. So wondering, Danny, maybe you can tell us how you write this, or at least how you wrote this next song that you're going to sing. Tell us, give us a little bit of an insight into you and how you wrote.
I think sometimes I never try to force music, and I never try to force lyrics, but sometimes something you can get an idea or a flash of inspiration, and not always what you have in mind of that song at that time when it's writing is true. Like, and I think afterwards, then the song can become more apparent of what it's about. This song basically was, I was going through kind of a bit of a crazy time at the time, which I didn't realize was so crazy at the time. But it kind of comes out in the song. And what I wanted to do was, I had this idea in my mind for quite a long time, and this was because a lot of my songs are about feelings and about my feelings and my perception on the world and my outtake on life. But this song in particular was kind of, I wanted to write a song that's just about nothing, about it's got a catchy melody to it, and it's kind of like, it's a bit all over the place. But afterwards, I kind of realized that it does actually have a meaning, and especially the chorus as well. And the way I've written this, I mean, I'm not advising anyone to go out and do this, but basically I was kind of very drunk, and I had this melody in my head, and I was just wandering around town quite drunk, and just coming up with visions of like words of the things that I was passing on the street. And it was the night time. It was like, say, I think about 12 o'clock at night, and I was walking down Oxford Road, and I had this melody in my head, which I think is quite kind of like a quirky, catchy kind of melody. And then the rest of the song kind of came, and then the chorus is quite personal. And yeah, I mean, that's where the song came from.
Great. Wonderful. So that's one way, guys. Go out, get drunk, and walk around and find your melody, and out will a song will come. No, I'm just messing, really. Well, no, it works. So great. We'd love to hear you.
Yeah, I've never tried it since, and it's something that.
Hey man, I think that song was just ready to come out of you. I feel like that with songs. It's just like almost like we get given them, no? It's like, okay, I heard that apparently Michael Jackson he like, or it was Prince, one of them was like, woke up in the middle of the night and they were like, okay, I need to get this song quick, it's here, because he was like, otherwise Prince would have got it. It's almost like the song would have been given to Prince if it hadn't have been given to him. And it kind of feels like that, like we're open to the songs to come, and then we're just creating them. So really great to hear this song.
Yeah. One other thing as well, but you've just reminded me of Paul McCartney also said once that the song itself is already written. It's just a fact of, you know, finding it. It's already there. You just have to pull it out of the sky, and then it's yours. Like,
it really feels like that.
Yeah. Okay, this is a Tramping Stamping. This actually got released on Spotify by Daniel Clark. And there's a few recordings on YouTube as well. It goes like this. Tramping, stamping, whoops-a-daisy, it's a easing, pleasing. Stick together, it's the new fandango. Kinda crazy with the face expressions. Fill your boots up when we're dancing tango. Pull your socks up, it's the old rendition. Go, peddlers on the spiral staircase. Elevator will be somehow better. Ready, but had enough. Will you marry me? Every now and then this music sends me crazy. Walk away, there's nothing to see. I just wanna live my life in peace and harmony. Like the child that I used to be, wandering around the playground in my own sweet fantasy. Finally, I can be a human being. All you need, your family and your own self-sanity. Help our heroes, the guns are blazing, are they taking over? HP bomber with a bow and arrow, live and kicking in the striped pajamas. What the hell do hippos have to do with Two-Face? Celebrating with the devil's head on. Marshall map is at the end of the rainbow. No one's listening, shall we take our clothes off?
Yeah, take them off.
Love, will you marry me? Every now and then this music sends me crazy. Walk away, there's nothing to see. I just wanna live my life in peace and harmony. Like a child that I used to be, wandering on the playground in my own sweet fantasy. Finally, I can be a human being. All you need, your family and your own self-sanity.
Straight from Salford, it's Daniel Clark. Thank you so much. So guys, if you like what you heard, Daniel. He's Daniel Clark. I think it's Daniel Clark on Spotify. We'll put it in the comments. And nice to see some of you. Hi, Kirsty, if you're still there, Kaz and Carolina. It's really nice when we hear your comments. We really like it. So we're gonna have we're gonna go. Thank you so much, Danny. Danny's gonna stick around and we're gonna do a workshop in about 7 minutes, 8 minutes after love letters. So now, thanks so much for coming on, man. I love your music and I love your vibe and yeah, I really like. I think you're just such a lovely, kind heart, sweet guy. It really comes across. So yeah. And when's your open mics gonna start back?
That's a good question. I'm not actually sure at the moment. But yeah, I'll let you know, and hopefully it'll be sometime soon.
Great. Okay. I think maybe the love letters is coming now. So great. Okay. Wonderful. Sometime soon. Right. We'll look forward to that. Okay. Cool. So we'll go somewhere else in the waiting room, and
Yeah. Okay.
see you in a moment.
Share your smile. Share your smile. Share your smile for us today. Share it every day. Share it. Show us your beauty. Ooh, your beauty. Show us your smile. Gotta share it. Share your smile. Share your smile.
Rain or shine, can't stop the love.
Then it's this right here.
I made it. Gone on holiday, haven't I? Very nice. Don't want to get sunburnt too badly. Lots of love letters here from the bees to the flowers. It's nice. But here's one that I saw on my way. Cut there.
That's love. She loves it.
Okay, go. See? Isn't that sweet? Being coerced into loving your employer on a billboard. Love is everywhere, truly. This next one is a bit more heartfelt, and I feel very honoured to be able to share this with you all, because this is true love. You don't get realer than this.
Dear Uncle John, though you've gone on your way, you're our dearly departed, now off on your final voyage. I will still write this letter, sending love to your spirit. Raise you up, journey with you, go far. Words of wisdom, there's nought you don't already know. Main gist, number 1, have fun. Always encouraging great explorations. Go for it, kiddo. Do it, you dare. With your slick back hair, and a charming Londoner air. You lived a proper old school childhood, all cricket bats and cheeky caps, and jumping around in the cut grass mounds, holiday camping and radio dancing, boat boy, sea scout, brave adventuring, all the way to the end of the estuary, big swirling sea. Into tide, not too wide-eyed, learning to survive and thrive. With Sandra, things looked up. So good for each other. I hope we'll all find some solace and joy knowing you'd both taken wholehearted hold for the ride up ahead. I'll not be forgetting the looks of surprise on both of your faces for the firework finale on the night you got wed. Your sister Diana is so pleased and delighted to have spent time with Big Brother in these goldening years, helped to balance life's journey, return to the start. Tells me all about your day out at Beamish, the thrill of the tram rides, a trip back in time. She says how impressed you had been to discover a live jazz soiree that far north. Quelle surprise. Uncle John, you never tried to hide your more sprightly side. Keen to hear about our exploits, travel plans, far and wide. I was so happy to have had the chance every time we met up through the years for some or other important occasion. Big cheers. Best of all of the days to remember, I'm so thrilled we could all make the effort to gather, was last summer's surprise birthday do. Oh, sorry, that was just me. The gorgeous day for Mark and Tracy's wedding, full of special stories and fine times all together. We're all thinking of you as you make your last journey with a nod and a wink and an eye with a twink. Goodbye, adieu, rest well. All of the love from all of us. It was nice knowing you, Uncle John.
Thanks very much to Lucy. I want to say thank you very much. I appreciate your appreciation and for sending that beautiful letter into Love Letters for this week. If anyone else has got something, send it my way. I'll be back out on my bike. My holiday's almost over. It's been rained off. So, yeah, there's time, not to worry. Send them in to me, come on. I'm doing a lot of the legwork here. Appreciation, matchmaking, dropping off Maltesers, illegally picking flowers and sending them to people that you fancy. Like, I'm here for all of it. I'm here for you. Have a lovely week. I'm here for you.
Hello.
Well,
Sorry.
done.
I'm on the boat live and Wi-Fi is difficult to come across, but that's definitely not a bad thing all the time. Hello, Daniel. It's nice to meet you. I know we met briefly, but that was a really, really wonderful Share Your Smile. Thought your songs were fantastic. Really enjoyed watching it. So, right. So for today's workshop,
Are you singing as our song?
There's a
what the
That's
don't
what
even think I can remember, you know. I'm thinking of the words to say. I'm looking. I think I need to refresh. But today's workshop, we're just going to do a quick little song take people through some of the structures we can do. Share my screen with you, which is good. And I'm just gonna show this. So first of all, anyone that's watching, think of a topic. We're going to take you through some basic little bits, and remembering what Daniel said before, songwriting is definitely no rules to it, and it's quite nice to let yourself go with the flow in certain moments as well. So definitely want to cover both of those options for you. But starting off, there's so many things you can write a song about, of course. Definitely can be about anything and can be used for good moments and to process bad moments. We're definitely not short of topics to write music about, even though I'm sure that there's probably some that feel we've had it a lot more than others, and lots of other people's feelings on them, like love stories. I'm sure people are full up to the brim of those ones at the moment in time, but there's always endless things to say about these kind of things. Now, yeah, as well as that, as we were talking about, flowing and just being able to like go along with the music, I think is really nice. What do you guys prefer? You're both songwriters and musicians. What do you have a particular preferred method, or is it just taking it as it comes when you feel like it? Do you get writer's block?
Go on, Annie. Go on.
Misha.
You go first. I'll go after.
Writer's block, yeah, definitely does exist, and I don't try to force writing music and words, but it kind of just comes to me, luckily. I know for other people that's just a personal thing to me. I know for other people, you know, it's good practice to be able to force the writing. It's whatever works for the individual, I think.
Yeah,
man. I like I'll just have my guitar and I'll find the guitar-y bit, and then I'll just, like, if I'm feeling it, sing for ages or rap or whatever I'm gonna do. And a lot of the times I'll record that because I'm just in the flow, you know, and it's like really wonderful. Sometimes it's like super great, and then it takes me, you know, I've got like a 40 minutes, half an hour, whatever, and then I've got to try and make that into a song. So it's been really hard for me to having from like all of this too much, you know, like 2-3 choruses and all these verses to try and like bring it. And it's only, you know, recently, the last years, I'm actually finishing songs, and I'm getting quicker and better at just, it's just like they're coming now. The songs smaller and more is better now, but it just like comes out of me.
Yeah, there definitely isn't any right or wrong way. Similar to our poetry, it's definitely about your process, and I think sometimes using writing as a medium to process things that have actually happened is when it comes and translates really well. My laptop is having a bit of a meltdown, so I apologize that there's loads of stuff popping up, and
I thought it said grind.
I can't even see my mouse right now. I don't know what's going on, moving past it. But the other couple of things I wanted to do is just like give examples of structures as well, but just a couple of words. Like, we know that we have verses, and we know that we have a chorus. I can't see comments at the moment, but I think that we could throw out a topic and see if anyone wants to suggest anything that we could write to a standard structure, maybe one verse, one chorus, and one verse, and another chorus. And
I've asked if they've got a topic, so let's see.
Yeah, give us a topic, anything, something that you're interested in. It can be political, it could be something that you notice that is beautiful that you want us to sing about today, but have a little comment and make a suggestion for us. I'll try and figure out what's going on with my...
And if anybody's not, then maybe Danny can think of one. We'll just wait.
I think that's a great idea. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah. You've got 10 seconds, guys, for a topic. 10, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time out. Danny, give us a topic.
Okay, I've been doing quite a lot of walking recently out in nature, and I'm actually looking out the window at the moment, and I can see a few sparrows. So I'm thinking something that I've been wanting to write about is nature and being out in nature, and the difference between maybe our humanic world and the you know, the world in nature, like with birds and the trees. I don't know.
Oh, nature, birds, trees, humans, robots.
Yeah.
All right, there's our topic.
That's cool.
Could be
So,
another.
shall we have? We can either take two approaches. We could play some music, or we could try and think of a line first. What do you think would be better for us to do? Or a topic, or time ourselves to try and think of something.
If we go with the words first,
Yeah.
So if I say the difference between me and you, meaning not me and you, but us human beings and the world of nature, the difference between me and you.
That's nice. That's
Mhm.
lovely. The difference between me and you is that I need to, and you do, and you do too. Not different. Okay. So what should I write? Should I say the next line or
Yeah, that's a good job.
difference between me and you is I'm self-conscious. That's my line. Your turn, Robin.
So, can you give them both to me again?
The difference between me and you is that I'm self-conscious.
The difference between me and you, I'm self-conscious. So, for me, at that point, when I'm thinking about writing the next line, in order for it to flow a little bit better, I'm looking at trying to make it rhyme with that kind of like last word with you. So, the difference between me and you is that you make me self-conscious. Is that I make me self-conscious, or you make me self-conscious?
So is that I'm self-conscious?
I'm self-conscious.
Because the plants and the trees and the animals, they're not, are they? Self-conscious.
No, the difference between me and you.
I'm self-conscious and feeling blue.
I'm self-conscious and feeling blue. When I look up at you, which we're talking about, this can be, yeah, we can put blue. And then we can change it from blue and connect to looking up to the sky. Difference is that I'm self-conscious and that you are blue. You change many times in a day.
Which gives me inspiration to...
And makes me feel like I have a place. Gives me inspiration. Gives me a place. Maybe.
All right, we've got a verse.
I'm trying to
get back to you.
find my way through this.
It's the difference between me and you is that I'm self-conscious and feeling blue. You change many times in the day, giving me inspiration that give me a place.
Yeah, giving me inspiration that gives me a place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, there's a verse. It's a short song. Yeah.
I can't control my computer.
In which we share.
You what? Sorry.
This place. This could be like the start of the next line. Next verse. This place in which we share. So we actually share this place together.
Mm-hmm.
This place in which we share.
We could either speak, because there's like two, we could have this place in which you share is to like, we could either go like in a blessing way, like this place in which we share like greets me with this life that you call air, or go on another way is disgraced by the people in which it shares. But maybe we don't want to make it so sad about us
Greets
nature.
us with the life that
Loving.
something about the air. That was nice.
Yeah.
This place we share greets us with this thing we call air. With
this thing we call air greets us with this place in which we share, unbreathable without your precious air, unbreathable without your precious air, unlivable without your precious air.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Then we need 2 more lines. Because
2 more lines, and then we got our 2 verses, and then we can do
Oh,
a chorus.
yeah.
And good stuff.
Unlivable without what? Your air.
Without your air, yeah.
Yeah.
Unlivable without your air.
Place
So-
in which we share, unlivable without
People on it, human beings on it seem not to care. We seem to forget that we're not what we're, but we seem to forget that we're but one tiny share of the things that live on this planet with you. Oh no. We forget that we are but one tiny share.
the place in which we share, unlivable without your air. Human beings forgot.
Human beings seem to forget. Oh no. Well, at moments we feel like we forget. At moments it looks like we forgot that we care, or that we should care. Now I've forgotten what I said.
That's nice.
The place in which we share, unlivable without your air. Us humans, we sometimes forget to care, but it's all right. It's us that needs to beware.
Yeah. Yeah.
We need to be aware, yeah. It's okay. It's us that needs to be aware.
Yeah.
And then that'll be okay for our 2 verses. We can
Yeah.
now try and think of a chorus that uplifts us and makes nature feel like we appreciate her.
Nature.
Ah.
Maybe Daniel, you can get a guitar, and you
Yeah.
can get the thing. Human beings forget that we care. What was it? But it's us that. But it's time we become aware. So guys,
Should be aware, but now we need to be aware. Human
No.
beings forget that we can. Now it's time for us to be aware. To be aware.
You want me to read out the first bit, Robin? To
Yeah.
you?
Yeah, go from the top.
Oh, he's got it. Okay, go on. Give us the guitar bit here. Audience, I hope maybe you've made your own one.
Am I playing?
Yeah, play.
Okay. Well, see if this will fit. We'll give it a go.
Very nice.
Misha,
Yeah.
can you take control of the screen and then see you typing it in case mine doesn't? Because I can't do anything. Because then you could type the words.
Well,
and
let
we
me,
can sing along.
we cannot start share stream while the other person is sharing. Yo, the difference between me and you is that I am self-conscious. I'm feeling blue. Change many times in the day, even inspiration that gives you a place.
Whoa, I feel it for you.
Me and you is that I'm self-conscious and feeling blue. Yeah, change many times in the day, giving inspiration and giving us a place. Place in which we share, unlivable without your air. But now we need to become aware. It's time for us to show that we care.
I'm worried about you. I know that I can fight for.
Yeah, I like it.
To fight for you.
That's wonderful. You can put anything in a song, you know. You can just write a few lyrics and there's your verse, and you know, then some more lyrics and there's your second verse, and then a catchy chorus may come like nature, or maybe one a bit more catchy. And you know, before you know it, everybody's singing it and you can't get out of your mind.
Exactly. But I hope that's been relatively helpful, and you see how quick sometimes it can be when you do set a focus, because it can be overwhelming when you try and write a song and you're trying to articulate your feelings into a musical way that's catchy, and you don't want to spell it out to be obvious, just saying I feel like this and then I feel like this. You've got artistic license to do it, but hopefully some of that, some tips, and you've got some pointers to be able to get some structures and see how easy it can be if you give it a go. But now, with my frozen scream, can we guide us out?
Is there going to be one more music video?
Well, that makes me even happier. Oh, yes. Save us.
Got one more thing for you guys. Are you ready for this wonderful video? It is Millie's sister. I don't know much more about it than that.
It's funky, it's colourful, and it's definitely got something to say.
Wonderful. And big thanks again, Danny, for coming on board. And
my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Thank you very much.
Nice to meet you, lovely.
Nice to meet you. Bum, bum.
England, you broke my heart in half. Who is it that you're so scared of, that you'll rip us all apart? As they try to pull the wool, you know we should look to our past. I didn't wake up in a fascist country, cause I went to sleep in a fascist country. I didn't grow up in a fascist country, cause I was born in a fascist country. You wanna talk about way back when we got it right? But all I see when I look back then is all the blood and loss of life. Let's not forget who had to die for every one of our rights. For everyone, it ain't right. It ain't right, it ain't right, it ain't right. I didn't wake up in a fascist country, cause I went to sleep in a fascist country. I didn't grow up in a fascist country, cause I was born in that fascist country. Don't wanna wake up in a fascist country. Don't wanna go to sleep in a fascist country. Don't wanna grow up in a fascist country. Don't wanna grow old in a fascist country. When they set the ships a sail, they didn't find a new world. Now we know they weren't saving souls. Nah, she wasn't old enough just to go. What's the difference between now and then? If we conquer ourselves. If they divide and conquer, it's hell. If we divide and conquer, it's hell. I didn't wake up in a fascist country, cause I went to sleep in a fascist country. I didn't grow up in a fascist country, cause I was born in a fascist country. Don't wanna wake up in a fascist country. Don't wanna go to sleep in a fascist country. Don't wanna grow up in a fascist country. Don't wanna grow old in a fascist country.
Okay, so that was a very wonderfully interesting video to for us to end the show with. I didn't grow up in a fascist country or something like that, or I definitely don't want to grow up in a fascist country. So luckily I'm in Ibiza, so it's all right. So I want to say big thank you to Danny again, big thank you to all our watchers, our supporters. If you would like to join in, please come and share your smile. I'm looking for a guest the next week. We'd love you to come and do a workshop or anything that you would like. We're really open to getting this show really on its way. So love letters as well. If you've got any letters that you want to share with us, that would be great. And here, are you on the screen with us here, Millie? Love letter woman. Anything that you'd like to say about the episode? No? Okay. Well, I hope you have a wonderful holiday. And hope you all guys have a lovely evening. I hope that, your heart's feeling okay and, you had a nice day. And she doesn't like that. Well, what's she seeing? And I hope that there's nothing, weird happening anyway. Okay, so lots of love. Take it easy. See you next week. Same time, same place. Let us know what you like, what you don't like, what you want more of, and we're up for it. We're really up for it. Here's Robin too. I think she's here. She can maybe play us out if it's possible. She's actually here. She is. She can play us out.
Yes.
Yeah, she's back.
Oh. Wow, thank you so much. I'm sorry for my technical difficulties. But, as always, Ozzy's coming to say goodbye. Goodbye for now. We're not going on for long. Goodbye for now. Next week we'll send you along. We're going to top you over details for our next week's episode. If you've got some crafty workshop for a guest, we'll send you out the materials beforehand so you can join in live and make some of your own jewelry. As always, anyone that wants to get involved, get in touch. We've got our Facebook page. We've got baba@naya.digital. If you want to get involved in being on our Share Your Smile, sending us in any videos. From me, Robin, and Misha. Bye for now.
And the love letters in the corner. Bye for now. We love you.
Fade